Hello? Good morning. How are you?
A little while. How are you?
I am good.
Living.
Yeah, it's good.
Like 82.
82. I should be so lucky in my life to be there and be looking and doing as well as you.
Oh, it's up to sit. I'm sorry. You know, I have cancer. Stage 4 lung.
My mom had
Oh, everybody.
cancer a while back, and I think we all end up with something here.
Remember, you can't wipe the tip.
I understand that.
How do you do?
Thank you.
So close. How you doing?
I can wipe the rest of it. Thanks. Good.
Hello, Tom. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think 8 left. No, I got 2 of them. 6. And then 2 up there. You know, I have a daughter.
I'm sorry, I don't want to get that.
Albert just told me that he's already live. So you want to say something? The service will be starting shortly. You're already streaming. So everything you're doing, you're already seeing. So.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate the heads up. Hi, everyone. We're about at 7:21 right now. Shabbat Shalom. We'll be starting up at around 7:30 for those of you who are here and those of you who are online. Shabbat Shalom. We'll be starting up around 7:30. Thank you. We're at 7:20, 7:22, but we do have some folks who have come in online, and so I wanted to make sure to welcome them and say hello as well as to you all and let them know when we'll be starting up. 7:30.
If you weren't online, I'd have a conversation with you.
Say again?
I said, if you weren't online, we could have a nice conversation.
Oh, we can have a nice conversation even though we're online. I'm getting a little set up over here, though.
And I just found out my granddaughter is in her footsteps. She was a very fine flautist.
Oh.
And my granddaughter, who's 9, just took it up.
Oh, wonderful. Well, that'll be so nice. Maybe she can come play for us sometime.
They're up in New Jersey.
I'm sure I'm not as good as your daughter, who's the flautist,
She was
but
very good, very good. She even played it in college in the band.
yeah.
But she's giving it up now. She had her steady. She had her flute bronzed, like, and put her on, made a lamp out of it. God bless you. Yeah, you can go to her house. I'll show you. It's across the front of the lamp, like this.
I'm sorry? Everything's okay. Yeah, except don't forget, folks, we need to keep masks on. So please make sure your mask is over your nose and mouth. Thank you very much. Starting up in about 4 minutes. I might just play a little bit of music before we start up. Just warming up a little bit.
Sounds good.
Thank you. Just I enjoy a little bit of music with my Shabbat service, and I hope you all too.
Has anybody walked out?
Not yet, but it could happen.
Sure.
Start up in about 2 minutes. Yeah, it's a little bit rainy outside, so some folks probably are having a little bit of trouble getting here. I know I had a little trouble. It's not only is it rainy, it's getting darker now. It's getting darker and darker. So, yeah. So.
Going to be supposedly in the mid-50s this week in the morning.
Sir, could you please put your mask over your nose? And if that's going to be a problem, if you might consider it. I love to have you in the front row, but I'm just like really, really big on this.
Okay.
Thank you.
We're at about 7:29 now. We'll get started up soon. We'll be starting on page 8 with Hine Matov. And just like on other nights when I'm playing, please feel free to sing. And the more you sing, the more we don't hear any mistakes that I might make. So, and I do make some. That's all right. I'm human and I'm not Yasha Heifetz, so, or Itzhak Perlman. All right. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Hine Matov Be'ejit. So nice to see everyone here tonight. Shabbat Shalom. If you'll turn over to page 16 now, we will do Shalom Aleichem. So tonight on Shabbat, I thought it would be nice if we talked a little bit about Shabbat and the meaning of Shabbat and the rest and renewal that we get from Shabbat. Don't forget, folks, it is required that you have on a mask over your mouth and your nose. So if you have forgotten to do that, if you could please put that on now to keep us all safe. Hopefully we won't have to do this forever, but for right now we do want to try to keep each other safe, and I know I really appreciate that also. So I took a look at some of my favorite sites on the internet, and so I have some things about Shabbat that I was thinking about after reading those, and some things that I read. So the first of that is that in the Torah it is written that on the seventh day God finished the work, and we know this. But then it also says something about he ceased the work on that day. So was it finished on that day? Did he cease it on that day? So he was actually working on that day and then he stopped. So there's some question in there about that. And so what was he actually doing on that seventh day when he stopped? What work was done? And it is said that what God actually created on the seventh day, the work that God did, is that he created rest. And so that's what he did for us on the seventh day, is create rest for us. Please turn to page 38. Where we will get started with Lechado D. To greet the Shabbat bride. So we will do the first, second, and last verses, and on the last verse we will all stand, face the entrance, and greet the Shabbat bride. So, Lechado Di Likrat Kala, P'nei Shabbat nikabela, Lechado Di Likra Kala, P'nei Shabbat nikabela, Shamor v'zakor dibur echad, Ki ishmi'anu el cham yuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shemo teferet v'thilah, Lechado di likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nikabela, Lechado di likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nikabela, Likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha, Ki makor habracha, Merosh mekedem nesucha, Sof ma'aseh b'mashavati la, Lechado di likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nikabela, Lechado di likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nikabela. Please turn the page, all rise, face the entrance for our last verse and to greet our Shabbat bride. Bo'ei v'shalom ateret bala, Gam b'simcha uv'tola, Toch emunei am segula, Bo'ei chala, Bo'ei chala, Lechado di likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nikabela, Lechado di likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nikabela. Please be seated and turn to page 122. 122. I'm working on it up here as well. Okay. Would anyone like to read A Heritage of Memories for us on page 122? Is there anyone who would like to volunteer for that? Great. Thank you so much.
May the memories which we cherish and lovingly now recall inspire us so to live, that we too may bequeath the heritage of precious memories to those whom we shall leave behind. Contribute to our share and preserve the faith which our mourners will now affirm, as they rise to sanctify God's name in the hallowed words of the Kaddish.
Thank you. And as a congregation, we are seeing Kaddish this week for Olga Bat Menachem, mother of Dan Solomon Cohen, Doris Cohen, mother of Louise Levy, Mitch Milovets, uncle of Naomi Morris, Shelley Weissman, wife of Herbert Weissman, William Bill Newman, husband of Ruth Newman, and Fanny Feinberg, grandmother of Nancy Mendel. Are there any other names, people that we are seeing Kaddish for this evening, that you would like to add? Anyone? Okay, anybody in Shiloshim in the first month of the death of a loved one? No? Okay. For all those who are in mourning, or if it is your tradition to do so, please stand at this time. Yitgadal, Yitgadash, Shemei Ravah. Berma, Divra, Hirute, Ve'almik Malchute. B'chayuhon, Ve'omechon, Ve'avche Yedchol Bet Yisrael. Bagala, Vizman, Kariv, Vimru, Amen. Together, Yehesh me Rabba Avrak Leolam Ome Omaya. Yedvarak, Vishtavak, Vidraar, Vidraman, Vidnase. Vitadar, Vitale, Vitalal, Shemed Kudasha, Brechu. Lelamir Kol Berchata Vashirata. Tush Bachata Venechimata. Damiran, Verma, Vimru, Amen. Yehesh Lama Rabba Min Shemaya. Bahayim Aleno Ve'akol Yisrael Vimru Amen. Ose Shalom Bimrumav Ve'aseh Shalom Aleno Ve'akol Yisrael Vimru Amen. Please remain standing if you are standing. If you are not standing, please stand and turn to page 50 for the Baruch Hu. And I will turn to page 50 also. I'm always a little bit slow with my page turns, so I do need to work on that. But that gives some of you all a chance to get there too. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvara. Baruch Adonai Hamvara le'olam va'ed. Praised are you, Lord our God, ruler of the universe, whose word brings on the dusk of the evening. Your wisdom opens the gates of dawn. Your understanding regulates time and seasons. The stars above follow their appointed rounds in response to your divine will. You create day and night. You alternate darkness and light. You remove the day and bring on the night. You separate one from the other. We call you Lord of heavenly hosts. You are our living God. May you rule over us as you rule over nature. Praised are you, O Lord, who brings on the evening dusk. You may be seated, and we'll turn to page 52 for Avad Olam. Avad Olam Bed Yisrael Am Havta Torah mitzvot tukim mishpatim otanu lemahadeta al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shoveinu uvkumeinu nasiya bahukecha v'nisma b'divrei Toratecha uv'mihizvotecha le'olam va'ed ki hem yayenu ve'orei yameinu uvahem nege yomam v'layla ve'avadcha al tasir mimenu le'olamim baruch atah Adonai ochev amo Yisrael. With everlasting love, you have loved the house of Israel, teaching us your Torah, its mitzvot, laws, and judgments. Therefore, when we lie down and when we rise up, we shall speak of your commandments and rejoice forever in your Torah and in your mitzvot. For they are our life and the length of our days. On them we will meditate day and night. May your love never depart from us. Praised are you, O Lord, bestower of love upon your people, Israel. So, continuing with our conversation on Shabbat, I found this very interesting. The Sabbath is the only day of observance actually mentioned in the Ten Commandments. I don't know if anyone ever thought about that, but I found that very interesting. And so, what more compelling evidence can one find for the paramount importance of this day? That is what was said when I was taking a look around on the internet, but I found that's so very interesting. Did any of you ever think about that before, that it is really the only observance day that is mentioned in our Ten Commandments? I found that very interesting. Please turn to page 54. Where we will do the Shema together. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Please continue and read silently through to page 58. Adonai Elohechem Emet. Page 60 for Michamoka. Please join me responsively. True and certain it is that there is one God incomparable, and that we, the household of Israel, are God's people.
It is God who redeemed us from the might of tyrants, delivered us from slavery unto freedom.
Great are the things which God has done, with wonders which are without number.
Delivering our ancestors from Egyptian bondage, inspiring hope and faith in every generation.
May God continue to protect our people and guard all humankind from disaster.
When the children of Israel beheld God's might, they gave thanks and praised the divine nation.
They accepted God's sovereignty willingly and sang in joyous thanksgiving.
Moses and the children of Israel proclaimed in great exultation.
Mika moka belem Adonai, Mika moka nedar bakodesh, nora tzehilot osefele, machut chara'u v'necha, bokei ayam lifnei, Moshe zeli anu v'yamru, Adonai yimlo le'olam va'ed, v'ne'emar kifala Adonai et Yaakov, ugalo mikyak hazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai, Gal Israel. Please turn to page 62. We'll do the first few lines of Hashkivenu, a prayer for comfort and protection, and asking God to watch over us and guard us as we sleep. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom, v'hamidenu makenu l'chaim. Ufros alenu sukkah shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukkah shlomecha. Amen. Help us, O God, to lie down in peace, and protect us with your love as we sleep. Lighten our burdens and soften our hurts. Restore our bodies and refresh our souls. Yes, please join me together. May we rest secure and untroubled and arise with confidence to the challenge of a new day. O guardian of Israel, who neither slumbers nor sleeps, shelter us and our people in your tabernacle of peace. Page 64. Please stand for Vishamru. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. בני ובן בני ישראל אותי לעולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. כששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. Please be seated. So, more things about Shabbat. Shabbat is meant to be a day of peace, but peace with nature, peace with society, with ourselves. It's a moment of quiet, of serenity in our week, and it allows us to seek and perhaps achieve some kind of internal peace in ourselves. Please turn to page 66 for the Hatzi Kaddish. יתקדש שמי רבה, ועמד יפרח חירותי ויעמק מלכותי, וחייהון וביומהון, ויביא כל בית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעולם ומעולמיה יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, ותואר מתממן ויתנשא, ותדע ותעלה ותהלל, שמר קדושה בריחו, להאמר כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דע מלרן ועלמה, Vimaru, Amen. Please stand and turn to page 69 for the Amidah. I'm getting to that page. All right, so we'll read the Amidah silently all the way through to page 78, or you may say the prayers that are in your heart to say on this Shabbat as we remember to try to be peaceful and close to God. And you may be seated when we finish. And there's no rush. Even if we start up again, there's no rush. Please continue with your prayers as we sing low beneath you. Ose shalom v'imrumav, u'ase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, v'himru, amen. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Please continue with your prayers if you're still praying. And I'm going to play Shalom Rav from page 74 inside of the Amidah on the violin as well. Please turn to the back cover. We're going to do the Mishaberach now, our prayer for the sick. And we'll start off with the prayer, and then halfway through we'll stop to read names of those who are sick who we're praying for, and there'll be an opportunity for you to add names of your own as well. Mishaberach avotenu mekor habraha limotzenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. As a congregation, we're saying prayers for Steve Ashheim, Mona Bakov, Henry Birch, Teresa Calla, Amelia Cooley, Audrey Dash, Bruce Dash, Patrick Drayling, Gordon Feinberg, Donald Ingram, Alan Jacobs, Rita Kendall, Norman Levine, Steve Lifshin, Sandy Minkin, Dom Solfi, Loretta Scher, Harlene Schreck, Leslie Schulsinger, Izzy Sigmund, Saul Stein, Bill Thompson, Peter Teitelbaum, Nancy Town, Herb Weissman, Katharina Williams, Liebel ben Margolit, Liva Shlomit Rachel bat Margolit, Fivel Shlomo ben Devorah, Yisrael ben Ethel, Avraham ben Binyamin, Gila Yafa bat Baila, and Drew Wartenberg. Are there any other names that we would like to add at this time? Yes.
Mike Lane.
Mike Lane.
Sheila Rashi.
Sheila Rashi. Any other names that we would like to add before we conclude our prayer for the sick? Mishaberach imahotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. More on Shabbat. I bet you didn't think there was so much to say about Shabbat. So, hold on one moment, please. Let's see. I seem to have messed up my numbers here. No, I didn't. Here we go. All right, I found my numbers. I shouldn't mess up my numbers. You know, some of you don't know this. I teach mathematics. I shouldn't be messing up my numbers, right? I should know how to count. All right. So I've numbered these. Shabbat is a time of joy. It's good food. It's wine. And all sorts of good things that we do and feel-good types of things. Many of you, as many of you may know, and some of you may not know or may not have been reminded in a long time, it is a mitzvah, a commandment to have sexual relations with your spouse on Shabbat. So that is also an event of joy. The Sabbath was designed to be a delight of families and friends gathering together like we are now, for meals, for songs, for stories, candle lighting, making kiddush, which we are about to do next, and motzi, which someday hopefully we will be doing again together when the environment permits. And then tomorrow it's for some Torah study and some lively discussion and again more With that said, it's about time that we make Kiddush, and if any of you, I don't think we have large amounts of wine for everyone, but if any of you brought wine, I bring my individual wine. And so I figure we can do Kiddush together, and then when you go home, then you can have Kiddush, or if you brought wine, then please take it out at this point in time. And we're going to turn to page 90 for the Kiddush. If I can find page 90. Here we go. All right. All right. If you do not have a glass in your hand, please pretend you have a glass in your hand. This is like my camping wine if I was out camping. So now we're in here camping. All right. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam barei pari hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'avav ratzon hinkelanu zikaron lamase v'reshit ki hu yom tehila lemikra kodesh zeher litziat mitzrayim kivanu v'harta Ve'otanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kodshecha v'hav ratzon hinkaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mikadesh hashabbat. Amen. And when you say the blessing, right, l'chaim, you are obligated to drink, and so you all can drink your pretend wine, and I will drink my real wine. If I can get it here under the mask. There we go. Little bit of wine. Okay. Very good. Very good. It's the sweet blackberry stuff. Wonderful. So, more on Shabbat. Even as the Shabbat ends, there is a tradition that allows us to extend the pleasure we just talked about, right? It's our Havdalah ceremony. When Shabbat is completely over, we still try to extend it, and we celebrate the separation between the Shabbat with more songs, more food, and more wine. So, all right. Please turn to page 112 for Kaddish Shalem. And for those of you who oh wait, where are we? Kaddish Shalem. Oh, sorry. There's something I was going to say, but I'm going to say it later, not now. So, Yetkedal v'yekedash shamei rabba, ve'alma divrach hirutei ve'almek malchutei b'chaychon v'yomechon d'chayit tekol beit Yisrael b'galav izman kariv v'imaru. Amen. Yehesh mei rabba mevorak. Le'olam u'me'omaya, yitbarak v'shtabak v'tramar v'traman v'naseh, v'tzadar v'taleh v'talal shemei d'kudisha, b'richu, le'lo mircho birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran me'oma v'yimaru. Amen. Titgabal slotchon uvachon d'chol Yisrael, kodam uvchon d'vishmaya v'yimaru. Amen. Yehesh lama rabba mishamayim, v'haim aleinu v'yokol Yisrael v'yimaru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mrumav, v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'yokol Yisrael v'yimaru. Amen. Please turn to page 118 and stand for Aleinu. Page 118. Aleinu l'shaveh el Adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצא ראשית, שלא עשנו כרצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות אדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל חמונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתקבים עומדים, Lifnei melech malchei hamlakim hakadosh baruch hu shehu notzei shamayim v'yosed haaretz u'mashav yakaro b'shamayim ima'al u'shlina tuzo b'govei meromim hu Eloheinu ein od emet malkeinu efes ulato kakatuv b'torato Virata yom v'hashavota elevaha ki Adonai hua Elohim b'shamayim imal v'al haaretz eitad enod. Okay, come out. Hakatuv b'toratecha, Adonai yimlo le'olam va'ed, v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol ha'aretz, v'yom hahu, yiyeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad. Please turn to page 124, where we do our second mourner's Kaddish. And this is where I wanted to say a little something here. Some of us may not remember why we do this twice on Friday night, but we do this twice on Friday night. I was informed because some of us don't make it back for Saturday. Some of us can't come Saturday for different reasons, and so those folks who are here who need to say Kaddish, and we need to then say it again. There's a certain requisite number of times, and of course that occurs then on Saturday. But if you cannot be here, then we take care of that now. And so if you are in mourning, please stand, and we will say Kaddish again for the people we said Kaddish with before. Yitgadal, Yitgadash Merabah, Verma, Divra, Chirute, V'yomek Malchute, B'chaichon, V'yomechon, V'chaye, Dechol Bet Yisrael, V'gala, V'zman, Kariv, V'imru, Amen. Yehe Shme Rabba Mevrak, Leolam, Ome, Omaya, Yitbarak, V'shtabak, V'drar, V'draman, V'dnaseh. Vitadar, Vitale, Vitalal, Shemeda Kudasha, Barichu. Leila Myrtle Berchata, Vashirata. Tush Bechata Venechimata. Lamiran, Delma, Vimru, Amin. Yehesh Lama Rabba Min Shamayim. Vahaim Aleno Vioko Yisrael. Vimru, Amen. Ose Shalom Bimrumav. Vease Shalom. Aleno Vioko Yisrael. Vimru, Amen. So we'll do announcements at the end. We're not doing them right at the moment. I like to put those at the end. And I promise this is the last thing we're going to say about Shabbat. I bet you never knew there was so much about Shabbat. But, you know, in living in between both the Jewish world and the secular world here and other religious worlds that are all around us, you know, here in the United States, it sometimes becomes difficult to figure out how we can be truly observant of Shabbat, and so each of us have to think about how we can do that in the spirit of what we've talked about, but still live in the world here. And so the internet resource that I took a look at had a suggestion that I thought was interesting, and it was just to simply focus on one small guiding principle. And that's that our rest on Shabbat should not interfere with the world in any way. We should not try to change the world in our rest. So we wouldn't be working to change something or working to do something. We rest in a Sabbath sense when we no longer interfere with the world. And so we refrain from altering anything in nature. And we live then in harmony with our nature and in our Shabbat rest. So I found that to be a good thought for us. Please turn to page 400 for Ein Eloheinu, and I'll play an instrumental version of that, and you all can sing with me to end Shabbat, and we'll have announcements afterwards. Well, I'll let you turn to page 400. I'm going to play the violin, so my page 400 is on the music stand. Ein Eloheinu. And I know this is one of Sheila's favorites, so I hope that she's listening out there virtually since she's not here with us today. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. And we will have our announcements now. I'll move things off here and make room for our announcements.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for attending and helping in person, helping to make a minyan, and also for those of you attending online, live streaming. Lynn, thank you so much for leading us in services tonight and for your beautiful violin playing. It was very nice. Please join us next Friday evening and Shabbat morning, as Rabbi Barnett will be back in town leading us in services, so please try to attend. Also next Sunday, which is the 7th, Rabbi Barnett will be holding his Wall of Memory exercise. This will be at the Lake Mary Marriott Courtyard, which is at I-4 and International Parkway. It's from 11 to 3 next Sunday. Please try to attend. It's very important, to come and tell us why you're here at Beth Am and why you like being here, and you can put it down on paper. Also, on Wednesday, the 10th of November, Barnett will be starting his Hebrew class. If you want to attend the class, you need to RSVP to his email. You should have an email on that, and it tells you in the email how to register for the class. Then on Friday, November 12th, we will be having our next Havurah service. It will be at the home of Steve and Sandy Weinstein. It will be starting at 6:30, and again, all the information for it will be found in your email, and you must RSVP to come to the Havurah. Then on the 14th, there'll be a Jewish Jewish Film Festival where people can go watch a play at the Enzion Theater. Again, you have to RSVP to Lois, who is here tonight. You can do that by next Thursday, which is the 4th. So as you can see, November is going to be a very busy and exciting month for Congregation Beth Am. So please join us where you can. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you for the announcements. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. And if anyone is interested in participating in our lay leader program when the rabbi is not here, feel free to talk with me about that, and I can talk with you about getting involved in that way if it's something that you've ever been interested in. Shabbat Shalom. Have a good week, everyone.
Good, that's what that was.
try to get out here eventually. Depends how you define a while.
I went to try to vote, I came in for 10 commission. I got
Lynn, thank you
How you doing?